Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy, where hopefully you can both see and hear us. I'm here with my brother, Jet Striar, and you guys are going to let me know. Can you see us? Can you hear us? So you know we're always changing audio and video stuff here. This is a new configuration that I'm just like trying to outsmart the system. So I'm going to wait for your guys' thumbs up before I feel too confident or good about this. I'm seeing bunnies. Is that the equivalent, Chris Martinez, as a thumbs up? I'm going to switch. Hello, are the lights on? Is everybody home? Bueller, let me know. If it just looks like I'm moving my mouth and you can't hear me, then we've done it wrong. Ed lets me know you can hear us.
All right,
Woo!
there you go. Perfect.
Hi, Jet.
Hi, Rock. What's the system that you're trying to outsmart?
What do you mean?
You said, I'm trying to outsmart the system, like the internet system?
I just don't know how to do any of this.
Oh, I think you did a great job.
Well, it worked. What do you mean, what's the system I'm trying to outsmart?
You said we're trying to outsmart the system.
Like, you never heard that expression? Like,
Yeah,
stick it to the man. Who's the man?
In specifically, the system, I feel like, is more specific than the man, no?
I don't think the system is more specific than the man.
In this circumstance, maybe.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, like, what are you talking about right now? Jet's mic sounds off. That's not good.
It sounds like completely off, or am I screwing it up and not talking into it? Because that could equally be a problem.
Let's see. Where are our mics coming from right now? We'll see our audios. Oh, nope. That's because... How did that change? No. Because you guys are hearing me through my computer and not through my handy dandy microphones. You know, usually when I get up, you keep talking.
Oh, but I thought my mic was off, so. Oh, you can hear me through the computer. That's good. Well, I didn't know where they were hearing me. I thought they just couldn't hear me in general. I thought that.
The mic is the codec. Huh.
Kodak. These are, by the way, these are very fancy mics. They have B paraphernalia on them, which I like. I think that's very festive.
It should be completely on. I think that
the system is fucking us over right now. That's what's happening right now.
No, it sounds good to them.
Okay,
not close,
we're back. So I was the problem, basically, is what we've come to understand.
Wow, y'all really fucked me up because you made me question the system, and then
system was a problem.
System, we have a problem. BuzzFeed mics. I don't know what that means.
Well, because they're bees. So like BuzzFeed. I think it's a bee pun because it's like the mics look like bees.
Oh, huh.
It's a pun.
It was good, Garth. Good pun. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Jamie Videos, Garth McMurray, Vicious Ocean, Mr. Theory Fournier, Ed Menijvar, Redford Reddington, Juan Mendez, Mohammed Belsin, Scripted Zombie, Chris Martinez, Mark Jason Ali, Christopher Strike Leather, and everybody else who's joining us today live. J Dog, what's up? Garth says it was a joke. I didn't catch it quickly enough. Jet did, though.
Nailed it.
Even though he started the show with some weird system.
I just thought that you were being specific about a system, but clearly we're not.
What would be an example of a system I could be specific about? Like PlayStation?
No, that's like a console system. I'm not talking about like, you're like repeating the system here. I thought like maybe like the electric company or something like that.
Oh, no, we're definitely not beating them. My electric bill is, since I got all these lights, is disgusting. I am not making more money and paying a lot more. Because it's all down here, you guys can't see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Chavez. And then inside each of these, there are 4 different... What?
I like that word.
Okay, there's 4 different lights in each one of these. Then we've got this massive spotlight, and I film all day, every day. Then over there, we've got the what's that called? Mixer. And all the audio equipment to go with multiple computers and the camera, which has to be plugged in at all times too. This room's the room.
Yeah, it's a very impressive setup here, though, I will say. It looks like a legitimate like operation going on inside of what was at one point the spare bedroom.
Yeah, it was a spare bedroom right before you came.
But it wasn't when Sky was here last week, right? This was all set up already.
Okay, so like 2 weeks ago.
No, I was trying to
feel
get
like
the
you're
timeline.
always trying to correct me.
I'm not trying to correct you. That was a genuine question. I know Sky slept with you.
She would have done that regardless. Yeah, we're cuddle buddies for sure. What's up, Jake Yakoveta? Thank you for putting the Streamlabs link in here. Tonight on the World Girls, we are going live and we are doing a birthday party for Dee. We've got a lot of fun things planned for her. Since I know she's not watching this show today, we have a lot of gifts for her as well that we're excited to give her. But I know that some of the World friends sent her a gift. I woke up this morning to go to pick them up at the package store and then found out that it is Sunday and the package store is not open, which is something that I should have known. So she doesn't have whatever it is was sent to her by you guys. I will get her those for our Wednesday stream, which is the last time that we'll be together in person for 3 weeks almost, because as you guys know, I'm going out of town. But that's going to be a fun show. So make sure 7 p.m. you're there for the World Girls. Plus, we're doing our Patreon live stream before our Patreon hangout before then. So if you're a patron, you get to kick it with us. J-Dog in the super chat says, moving to Cleveland in 1 week. Wish me luck. Good luck, J-Dog.
Good luck. Since you started the World Girls and then immediately COVID hit, what's the longest you've gone without seeing one of them?
Maybe like 4 months.
Oh, there was a 4-month stretch where you didn't see one of them?
I didn't see them in all of March, April, May, June, mid-June, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you'll be able to do this couple weeks and not get like really bad separation anxiety.
Yeah, well, remember, Steph moved to San Diego.
For COVID?
Yeah, the second that it hit, and didn't come back until Ben broke up with me. And we weren't planning on seeing each other for months. But then I was like distraught, and she drove in at 3 a.m. and then stayed with me for a while because then we quarantined together. And then Darina, we shot together in February, and then I didn't see her until when did we do our next episode? It wasn't until like July, maybe in like, sorry if that's loud for you guys, the AC just turned back on. Maybe in June, July. Yeah. So like 4 months for both of them almost. They would know better. How come? So
because I was wondering what the largest gap was between you guys seeing each other since you're going away for a couple weeks. So I was saying, are you going to get separation anxiety because they're your besties?
No, I mean, I'm going to be really busy, and like separation anxiety. I'm used to not seeing my family. I see you once a year, so
yes,
I'm very used to not seeing people I love. So I'll miss them for sure. But like, I do think it's different. You did go to Oregon, but like you grew up in the same exact city that you live in now, and you had all of your best friends live in that city. So it's like a different kind of. I don't have that, so I don't feel what you would feel if you're gone from your wife right now for a few days, and you told me you were like dying, like missing her so much.
Yeah, and my cat. I miss you too, Cisco. Hi, shout out Cisco. He's watching.
No way.
Yeah, very talented.
No, Christopher Jet's not sleeping on the floor. He's sleeping on a couch.
Couch surfing.
And it's comfortable?
It's very comfortable. The couch is great, and I have my own bathroom to myself downstairs. It's like, really living at like a really nice fancy hotel. Roxy gives me food. She gives me vitamins. She's making sure I'm healthy. She has an exercise bike that I can use. Really, I have all the amenities I could want here. I can park on the street, no problem. It's great.
Do you want to just give out my address?
Yeah, her address is...
Okay. Funny. Let's go to the Streamlabs, see what's going on with you guys today. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. If you have questions, comments, concerns, there's not that much entertainment news going on, although Jet and I did watch Sexy Beasts and have some thoughts on that. We stayed up binging that last night. And so I actually will just jump right into that because Glenn just sent in a Streamlabs. We'll start there. Glenn, the Zenist of Glens, the Glennist of Zens, says, hello, Roxy and Jet. Happy World Girl Sunday to you. Thanks for both hanging out with us. No usual spiel from me. Oh, I love your spiels, Glenn. Just say peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you too, Grammy and Papo. Be most excellent to yourselves and each other, Roxy, Jet, and Rockstar's band. Glenn always is saying hello to Grammy and Papo.
That's very nice. Grammy and Papo are doing well. We were at dinner at theirs last night. We brought them donuts. Those donuts were great, by the way.
We went to Sidecar Donuts in case you're in Los Angeles. It's a great donut spot that, if you guys remember from World Girls Giving Donuts a Whirl, Their Huckleberry donut was one that Dee and Steph ranked a lot higher than me. I think it's okay. Their other donuts I liked better.
The maple bacon one we had last night was
I like
really
the
good.
butter and salt one.
I don't think I tried that yet.
It was really good. That was really, really good.
It's sort of like a weird combo, you would think, like for a donut, because you think
butter
like
and salt.
You think like sweet for a donut. Was it salty?
I don't think of salty. Salt is salty. Like butter and salt is not like salt and pepper. Like, it's not like wings. Every dessert. Think about chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, but they're like specifying butter and salt, like they're highlighting the salt.
You've never had chocolate chip cookies with salt on top?
No, it's good. It's good, but like this is like part of the advertising.
Sea salt chocolate chip cookies. That's what they're called.
Oh, I mean.
Yeah, no, that's a very normal combination. They just tasted like really good, crispier, maybe is the word, cakey donuts.
They were very good donuts. And also, Roxy brought me to the Grove yesterday, and we tried, well, you've had it before. I had Trejo's tacos, which were also fantastic. I always love coming out here to eat. The food here is so good.
If a lot of you guys are visiting Los Angeles in December and have been asking me what you should do, the Grove is the jam. It's really cool there because there's a all the time farmers market that features food from all around the world. And they have not just that taco place, but a bunch of other, plus a donut place. Bob's from the episode was there. They have one of my favorite sushi places in all of Los Angeles. It's just like a little stand that gets in fresh fish that day. So it's fucking gangster.
What's that place called? Sushi
Go-Go. Yeah.
Yeah, everything there looks so good. Roxy and I were like sitting, we're like, we could go to like 15 places here and be like, keep trying new foods, be here all day. The Grove is really fun.
Mark Jason only says like salted caramel, not a favorite of mine, but it's a popular thing, right? Like salted caramels. You don't know those?
No, I do. I just feel like donut, like salt and butter. I thought maybe it'd be like a salty. I don't know. When I think salt and butter, I think what Sky puts on her noodles.
Yeah, but it's not a noodle. It's a donut. And that's the difference.
That is the difference.
Going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Jimmy Nails says, I'm going to be in Boston next month. Any suggestions of things I should do from the locals? Also, that's a killer shirt, Jet.
Thank you. I mean, I'd say stay forever because it's the greatest city on planet Earth.
Do you think Boston is the greatest city on planet Earth?
Yes, definitely.
How many countries have you been to?
Off the top of my head, I've been to at least 12.
And so that's enough to say that Boston's the greatest city on planet Earth.
That's enough.
Okay.
What do you think?
Does that mean that you think America's the greatest country on planet Earth?
I used to think so. Now it's probably like Switzerland or something, or Norway. Canada's doing a nice job. Oh, New Zealand, they're great too.
Oh no, we froze.
Oh no.
I know, it happens. Keep talking. They can hear us.
Well, so I do feel like that's enough to determine with scientific accuracy that Boston is the greatest city on Earth. And when you fix this, I'm curious to hear why you think it's not the greatest city on Earth. In fact, I'm a little bit offended. So if I'm coming up with suggestions I'm forgetting who asked the question. Jimmy Nails. Okay, Jimmy. It depends like what sort of stuff you're into. Like it's always fun to catch a Red Sox game and go to Fenway Park just because it's like such a historic, cool place to go if you like sports. But if you don't, there's tons of great places to go in the city. If you're into history, there's the Freedom Trail. There's amazing old buildings in Boston that have a lot of significance to the founding of this country. There's some really cool, if you like, a little bit more macabre things, seeing some really cool graves of founding fathers. Like Paul Revere and Samuel Adams. You could also, there's lots of great shopping. Yes, the beer, but he was also a founding father.
I think that Jet loves things that like a 65-year-old man would love. Like all of those things are like you could go with your dad and if you're looking for like a little more rough and tumble / just like a good time, there is a ton of Boston's full of like drunks. So what?
So rude.
You don't think that?
I feel like every city has drunks.
I feel like people often day drink in Boston more than a lot of other places. I love Boston. It's where I'm from. But it's like full of like, there's all different parts of it. Like if you want to go into the North End, there's amazing restaurants, dessert, but like also you can grab drinks at any time of day there. Same thing within like Southie, there's pubs open all day long. So you don't agree with me?
No, that part's true. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet.
Garth says take a duck tour. I love the duck tour.
The duck tours are fun. Yeah, we got to if you're little and you're a kid, they let you drive the duck boat. Did you ever get to drive the duck boat?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh,
Why would
wow.
they let you drive it?
When you're in the water.
Seems not
because
right.
you're not really in danger of crashing when you're in the water.
Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs says, hey, Dimple Tits, Roxy, and Jet, how are you both doing? Jet, what's your thoughts on Stephon Gilmore?
Yep, Stephon.
Sorry, this thing gets cut off. Stephon Gilmore contract situation and how it might get resolved. Also, USA basketball, yikers, the struggle is real. Why would happen with USA basketball?
They lost. They didn't get eliminated, but they lost this morning to France in pool play.
What's pool
play is like it's like the World Cup. You start in a group, and then the two best teams from each group move on to the knockout stage, where then it's a one-game elimination. So they lost to France this morning for us, and I think it was the evening in Japan where the Olympics actually are. And they hadn't lost for the past, I think, 4 Olympics, hadn't lost a game. So it was the first time they lost, and they didn't have a great lead up to this. They lost some exhibition games too, so they don't look as strong as usual. Though their next 2 games are against Iran and the Czech Republic. So I think that they'll be able to right the ship. And then
is France really good?
France is good. Yeah, I mean,
does it have some NBA players on it?
Yeah, Evan Fournier, who plays on the Celtics, Rudy Gobert, who's the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. They've got some NBA players. France is pretty good. So it's not like they lost to a horrible team, but I mean, Team USA is made up of all NBA All-Stars. Like they should kill everybody. But the world is getting more competitive, and these teams play together for years and years and years, and Team USA has sort of just like they just put a bunch of stars in together and say figure it out, and for the most part it works, but right now it's a little bit shaky. As far as Stephon Gilmore, and by the way, hi Leonard, I appreciate you always watching my Celtics streams. Leonard is the man.
What's going on with the contract situation?
So he wants a bigger contract. He wasn't at mandatory camp. Now he just showed up. I think they're gonna probably give him maybe a little bit of a pay bump for this year, and then let him go into free agency next year. So they have plenty of cap room still. So I think they'll be able to use some of that, make him happy for this year, and then next year he can test the waters in free agency. And I think the Patriots, that doesn't mean he'll necessarily leave in free agency, but the Patriots like to see what the market is before they commit money to a player. So I think he'll play this season for the Pats, and I think he'll be playing on essentially what's a 1-year deal, but they'll give him more money. He's supposed to make about 7 this year. He wants way more than that. So I think for the year, they'll probably end up paying him close to double what he's supposed to make as of right now. That's just my guess. But you can't really predict anything with the Patriots. There's like no good sources. They're just so tight-lipped there.
I'm like how they're going to spend your money.
Exactly.
Their money, your money.
My money.
As if it's taxpayer dollars. Wouldn't that be something?
A lot of stadiums are built off taxpayer dollars.
That's wild.
But Gillette Stadium actually is one of the few that wasn't. Robert Kraft just agreed to, he said, I'll build the stadium, I'll foot the bill, but you guys, the state, have to build a highway that leads to the stadium, or adjust it so that the highway.
How much do you think it cost Robert Kraft
to build this Patriots stadium? Probably like $500 million to build Gillette Stadium.
And Kraft just had $500 million.
I mean, all these owners, every owner in the NFL is a multi-billionaire.
It's just a lot of money to build a stadium.
The new SoFi.
Is he making that much money back?
Yeah. At the beginning of the year, every team is handed a check for $250 million from just their TV deals. So they start with $250 million every season.
But they have to spend that on their...
Yeah, you have to spend it on your roster and upkeep and stuff like that. But that's not included. But then you're getting ticket sales, parking, beer, jersey sales, all sorts of concessions.
Still $500 million.
Yeah, but it's a one-time investment. The stadium should last hypothetically 30 years.
When did he build it?
In 2003 it opened. Or 2000 and the 2002, 2003
season. So he's more than made the money back.
Oh my God, he's made it back so many times over. But the one that they just built, the SoFi Stadium for the Rams and the Chargers, that cost several $1 billion. Like that was a crazy. But he, I think, is the guy who owns the Rams.
Several billion?
Billion, yeah, with a B. The guy who owns the Rams, Stan Kroenke, I think, is the richest owner in football.
Who are the most famous owners? Like Kraft is the only one I know.
Robert Kraft, Jerry Jones, who owns the Cowboys. He's very famous.
Yeah,
you know him, right?
They're doing Hard Knocks for Cowboys, right?
Yeah, they are doing Hard Knocks for the Cowboys because they're still, even though they haven't won anything significant since popular. The 1990s, they're the most popular football team. Like, they have the
make
brand.
The most money.
They do make the most money. Yeah, they're also the most valuable franchise in sports, including all the soccer teams overseas.
Patriots should make the most money.
I agree. I mean, they're top 5.
Glenn Caesar in the Streamlab says, since you asked, everyone who shows up to give their support however they can when it gets tough, even if you're by yourself, you're not alone. Everyone who's battling, keep on fighting. You're a winner. Each win for you is a win for all. You're fully unique. You're kind. You're caring, and being so unselfishly loving and supportive of others, including strangers, whether it's on the internet or not, makes you humane and worthy and a bright, shiny star. Your story is important, deserves to be seen and heard. Glenn, I knew you'd send the mantras. Appreciate you. You rock, Glenn. Alexander Wilson says, Jet, can you have your own stream? Can you give us detail? Oh, Jet, you have your own stream? Can you give us details?
I do. I have been mainly focused on doing my basketball podcast, the Pick and Roll NBA podcast, with my co-host John Sapichetti. But now that the season is over and where the draft is coming up in the off season, I'll be doing a lot more probably individual stuff. I'll still be doing the podcast over the course of the off season, just not as frequently. We're doing it 5 days a week, and there's just not enough news. Where is it? It's on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/JetStriar, and it's also on iTunes or Spotify or wherever. Just type in the Pick and Roll NBA podcast, and it should come up.
How did you name it? I know what a pick and roll is.
Yeah, we just sort of came up with like 5 or 10 things and decided that one.
And there was no podcast called the Pick and Roll?
There are a bunch of podcasts, but it's the Pick and Roll podcast with Jet and Sap. So if you type that all in, but we're the best of all the podcasts.
There's a lot of the Pick and Roll.
There's a good amount, but it's like there's a lot of everything now with like, you can't really have a basketball term without there being 100 podcasts for it. Like the jump shot, the whatever.
Trick. Yeah.
Hat trick is not a basketball term.
Why? 3.
Hat trick is a hockey term or a soccer term.
Isn't it 3 points?
No. Well, it's 3 goals.
Oh, I thought it was 3 points.
No, it's just a 3.
What's 3 goals? So soccer?
Soccer or hockey.
Oh.
Hat trick. 3 goals. So have you ever seen?
I told you he's always trying to correct me.
That's just a fact. It's not me trying to correct you. That's me trying to make sure that you know.
I've only ever heard the term hat trick one time.
Have you ever been to a hockey game, a professional hockey game?
I was about to tell a story. Can you wait on your question? Yes. We're on my show.
We are on your show.
Remember my friend Jesse?
From high school?
And middle school and always?
Yes.
His AIM handle was like hat trick man 333 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he played basketball, so I guess I thought that's what I know was that. What was your question?
Have you been to a hockey game before?
No, never. I actually was just telling them about that.
So when
I've never even been to like South's hockey. I've never seen hockey ever in any amateur, nothing.
When an individual person scores 3 goals in most professional hockey stadiums, people will take their hats off and throw them onto the ice.
How do they get them back?
They don't get them back.
Who takes the hats?
They come with the broom, the push broom. They gather them all and they bring them back. You lose your hat. I've always thought it was stupid.
That really happens?
It happens whenever. I mean, someone scoring a hat trick doesn't happen every game, but it happens relatively, often. And when someone does it,
like how often?
Like a really great player will probably do it like 4 or 5 times in the course of an 82 game season.
And then everybody loses their hat. Hats are like $30.
I know, right? They're expensive. I've always thought it was silly, but yes, everybody loses their hat.
I wouldn't throw mine. Like, is it like bad if you don't throw it?
I mean, it's not bad, but for people around you might be like, throw your hat.
Yeah, that sucks.
Especially if in a market like Boston where people really love hockey, I think people would really be like, throw it.
What do they do with all those hats? They should give them away to charity.
I hope they give them away to charity. I don't know exactly what they do with it. I mean, I don't think they keep them. They either throw them out.
I wouldn't wear a hat to a game just for that reason then.
Smart.
Or I would be drunk and throw my hat.
Or you could do that. Yeah.
Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs says, Jet, what have you enjoyed most about your stay in LA so far? Roxy, what has been your favorite activity that you've done with Jet so far? Also, Jet, I hope that you eventually cover the Pats, NFL, and some pop culture topics.
I really do need to cover the Patriots more because I mean I love the Patriots and I follow them super closely. I have so many friends in the industry who will be great Patriots guests. So I really this season I'll make much more of an effort to cover the Pats. And pop culture, obviously. I mean, Roxy and I share a deep love of all things pop culture, so much so that, like she said, we watched a ridiculous show last night and enjoyed every second of it.
We're going to tell you guys all about it. It was weird.
But I am enjoying my stay a lot. My favorite thing so far has been just hanging out with Roxy and my grandparents. It's been so long since I've been out here and just like seeing them. And obviously Roxy's been back east several times, but I haven't seen my grandparents in almost 4 years. So it's just been so nice to be with them and just be around them. Even like Grammy and I watched the opening ceremonies to the Olympics the other night. It was like part of it was artistic. I didn't understand a lot of it. It was like 4 hours long, but I just enjoyed just sitting with her and watching because it's just so nice to be with somebody that you love that you haven't seen in a long time. Also, we had a great time at the Grove yesterday, as we mentioned.
You watched the Olympics for 4 hours?
Yeah. The opening ceremony.
Do you like talk during it?
Yeah. Grammy didn't believe a lot of the countries were real.
Oh yeah. I haven't watched a minute. Well, actually last night you showed me this 3-on-3 basketball thing. Hat trick.
No.
Hat trick on hat trick. So hat trick's not just another word for three.
No.
Okay.
It means 3 goals specifically.
Well, all right. So 3-on-3 basketball. So I watched 30 seconds of that.
Yeah, about.
And then somebody got 21 points and then I said ping pong.
You did, instead of Yahtzee, you said ping pong.
And then I fully understood the game. That's all I've seen of the Olympics. Also,
ping pong's an Olympic sport.
I learned karate is too. The only other thing I watched was on TikTok. There was a TikTok of Simone Biles.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a gymnastics year?
Yeah.
Okay, because I love gymnastics.
Yeah, summer's gymnastics.
So my 2 favorite things are gymnastics and ice skating.
Yep. Well, I think you can guess when ice skating is.
Nice. Winter's winter. But I like those 2.
Do you remember we took ice skating lessons?
Do you remember I was really good?
I don't remember that so much as I was.
I now don't know how to skate.
I was really bad.
You were awful.
I couldn't go backwards or stop.
Going backwards is not easy.
But I feel like
you could go forwards.
No, I could go forwards, but just bow-legged.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't stop.
I haven't been on skates since we were kids.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of opportunities to ice skate in Los Angeles, I would imagine.
I did live in Boston for a really long time.
Yeah, but it's like mom would take us ice skating ever.
Even rollerblading rinks and stuff.
That's true. Wallex. Do you remember that place?
No.
That was where people had birthday parties. It was a big skating rink. It was right between Waltham and Lexington. That's why it was called Wallex.
Oh.
The more you know. And people they had an arcade there and a big skating rink. I feel like skating rinks were much more popular when we were kids.
Yeah, but now maybe we just don't know as much about
That's
it.
true.
I do think that something so funny is how high people are when they name things. Imagine just standing there and being like, Wallex. There's no way somebody who named that was sober.
You saying our parents giving us our names?
Well, our parents were high all the time anyway. But no, I don't think we have high people names. We did yesterday. Jet told me the most named names of this 2020.
2020, yeah.
I was really surprised with this. The most popular boy's name of 2020 was Liam, which I guess because of Hemsworth and Neeson, there's some famous Liams, but it's the number 1 most popular name. And for girls, it was Olivia.
Right.
And then after that, it was
Harper.
So those are the popular ones.
We have a little niece named Harper. Well, I don't really know what else to call her.
She's not that. She's our cousin.
I know. A cousin. So if it's our cousin's
it's her first
child,
cousin once removed.
First cousin once removed.
Yeah.
It's just easier to call her a niece.
Well, why? She's our cousin.
I feel like it's weird. Our cousin's not baby.
It's weird for you to call somebody your niece who's not your niece.
But she would call me hypothetically Uncle Jet.
No, she wouldn't.
I think so. I want to be called Uncle Jet.
Like, what do you call David?
Well, that's a different situation.
Cousin David. No, that's the exact same.
No, I mean, like, I don't want to call him Uncle David.
Yeah, but when you were a kid, you called him Cousin David.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because they're not your uncle.
But I want the pomp and circumstance of being an uncle.
And you just don't think it's ever going to happen?
No. And with you or Sky?
What did you think I was talking about?
With Harper calling me Uncle Jet.
No, that definitely won't happen.
Do you know any Olivias?
Yeah. Groper.
Oh.
And Pope, which I told you is why I think that one was so popular. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Getting your questions, comments, concerns for Jet and I. We watched Sexy Beasts last night from like 11 p.m. until 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
It is a show on Netflix that is a dating competition show where every episode is a different group of 4 people. There's one main person, and then they're dating 3 people of the opposite sex. And they every round have to eliminate one person until they end up with who they're going to be with. And the twist is they're in full prosthetics and masks and makeup.
Like insane prosthetics and masks and makeup.
I've talked about it on the show before because we saw the trailer and we were like, what the fuck is this? I was like having a hard time watching this show. Not because it's not the best show I've ever seen, because it is that, but also it's so distracting.
It is because obviously the makeup is crazy, but also some of the people they pick, as you would expect, are ridiculous. Like, just like not normal human beings, because why would you sign up for a show like this?
Totally. So what did you make of it in general? Like, are we going to finish it?
Yeah, we're going to finish it for sure.
Would you recommend this?
Also, no.
There was only one round that we were watching where I felt invested. Like, there was a guy that I was like, oh, I like this person. For the most part, a lot of the people on the show sucked.
Is that the guy who was the wolf?
I don't remember what he was.
So that shows how invested in him you were.
He was a skinny black guy?
Yeah, he was a wolf.
I don't remember.
We wanted him to be with we don't want to give spoilers.
Yeah. That guy seemed cool and chill.
Yeah, the rest
Everybody
of them
else
seemed
like one of the guys seemed like an actual asshole.
Yep, and one of the girls who was the main person was legitimately described herself as psychotic.
She said, "Yeah, how would your friends describe you?" She said, "As a psychopath,"
and would literally not stop saying that she was on this show, which is an insane show with prosthetics and stuff, to find a husband to have kids with. She was like, "Are you my husband? Do you have health insurance? Like for benefits?" It was really weird. They go on like 2 dates. Do you think that they're going on more dates than we're seeing? No, I think they're going on 2 dates.
Then they shoot the exterior of some castle and then pretend that they're inside it, but really they're inside like a fucking McDonald's or something. It is such a weird premise. Who is watching the show? Streamlabs in. Let me know your thoughts. Also, send bunnies by a show of bunnies who has seen an episode of Sexy Beasts. I definitely think this is perfect high viewing. It's so funny that my brother is not a stoner. I told him last night he's the biggest stoner who doesn't smoke weed that I know, because he likes like nerdy shit like I do, and eating junk food and stupid shit like this. Where if you're stoned, you're going to watch it and be like, what the fuck am I looking at? And that's kind of just exactly what this is. French Taunter sent a bunny. French Taunter, you're the only one in here other than us who has seen Sexy Beasts. I am curious. It was trending on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it was number 8 on Netflix last night. I think it just came out. Did it just come out this week, or has it been out for a couple weeks now?
I don't know. Jimmy Nails also watched it. Joseph Ashley says never heard of this show.
It's weird.
Yeah, I haven't seen much advertising for it.
What'd you think of the VO part of it?
I know you didn't like that.
I thought it was weird.
I liked that part.
I think Roxy would crush it as the VO for a dating show.
I like doing VO stuff. Remember when I used to do that for Screen Junkies?
I loved those videos. Were great.
Yeah, those were really, really cool.
They would like explain like cool, like interesting, nerdy stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those were really good.
Exactly. I forget what was it called? Something Explained, maybe. Right?
I don't remember the exact name. They're on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, those were fun to do. I miss doing anything with Screen Junkies. They're like back up in full blown.
Oh, really?
I think so. I think so. I'm not actually positive.
I know they've done the Honest Trailers still, but
Yeah. Chub Toad sent bunnies. Chub Toad says, seen them all.
oh wow.
Chub Toad, how many are there? We watched 5?
Yeah, Chubb. I didn't think there was going to be anybody who was more of an expert
Power
on the show
levels.
than us.
This
Like I felt like we're
is
the
power
authority.
levels. Good call, Glenn Caesar. Yeah, we are the authority. Chub Toad says Wolf was the only decent one.
Like person, like human being.
It kind of felt that way.
It did. Well, of the people who were like the main person, there seemed like there were decent people who were, of the 3 competitors.
The women were a lot hotter than the men, and one of the weirdest parts of the show is that everyone's hot.
Yeah.
So it felt like there was no risk because no
risk
when
at
you
all.
take your mask off or whatever is not going to be attractive. It was just kind of strange.
Right. We were saying we really feel like they should have thrown like a real wrench into it and like cast some like really ugly people too.
Yeah, definitely. Tomorrow I'm going to see Suicide Squad, and the review embargo is not up until I think Wednesday, so I'll be telling you guys about the Suicide Squad. I got to get that right. It's kind of annoying that it's not just called Suicide Squad 2.
Well, it's like not directly a sequel, right? That's what they keep saying.
Well, it's got Harley in it.
Yeah, that's I think like it's got a couple people, but they're like
Yeah.
it's not a sequel or like a remake. It's something in between. That's like
I
their
haven't heard
marketing.
that.
Yeah,
Who said that? James Gunn?
yeah, and like WB.
How is it not a sequel?
You're
Like
gonna-
a different alt universe?
I don't know if they're. I mean, you're gonna when you watch the movie, maybe you'll be able to shed some light on that. Maybe they're just gonna completely ignore the everything that happened in Suicide Squad.
I don't think so, but maybe. And then tomorrow I also get Jungle Cruise, so I'll be keeping you guys posted on that. I've also been watching, as you guys know, Mayor of Easttown. Did you check that out?
No, I didn't
Are you
realize.
tired?
I just had the on for a second. I didn't realize.
Good. I'm so glad that we're keeping you so entertained.
Can I finish? I didn't realize that Mare was her name.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a title.
I thought it was Mayor. Mayor.
I was like, "What's a mare?" I know it's
Yeah.
a horse.
Yeah, I said the same thing on the show a little bit
Great
ago.
minds think alike.
It's really good. That show's really good. I'm surprised that Leanne doesn't have you watching it.
I like Kate Winslet.
Yeah, doesn't she? I know she's a Kate Blanchett person, but doesn't she like Kate Winslet?
Yeah, I don't know. She's watching Succession right now, so she's been super.
And you're not
into that.
watching that?
No, I watched the first 2 episodes and I didn't like it.
Wow, that show is fucking phenomenal.
I know most people love it. I just couldn't get into it.
I'm kind of shocked you feel that way. Streamlabs in, guys. Get in your questions, comments, concerns before we get out of here. My brother is going to head over to my grandparents at some point. I'm going to be welcoming in Dorina and Steph for Dee's birthday bash, plus our Patreon before that. So we got a tight ass schedule today. I did have this morning a meeting with the director of the movie. And it was a couple-hour meeting where we're going over all my looks for each day. And it definitely felt a lot more real and tangible. But I realized, like, holy shit, I have so much more work to do.
So was the meeting more exciting or stressful?
I kind of think that those two things are the same thing for me at this point.
Really?
I have a very hard time differentiating those two emotions.
So I feel like stressful is a negative emotion.
But like, what to you is stressful but not exciting? What would be an example of something stressful, not exciting?
The election.
The election to me was exciting.
No, I was
and
just stressed.
You weren't excited for us to have a new president, excited for possible outcome, excited
No, I
for...
was just worried.
And you didn't feel any positive feelings on the election?
No, because I was so anxious about it.
Oh, okay, so I don't think I've ever had that.
What about like, I know you don't, were you ever scared of flying?
No, love it.
You love flying. Like, I know like for like Sky, she hates flying. So that would be something like that's stressful, but not exciting. I guess there's the exciting part is landing and getting to see to her destination.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything in my life that's just stressful.
Oh, that's a good thing.
I don't know. But it was both. It's stressful because you're here, because Grammy and Papa, I'm going to be leaving, so I'm prepping for that. And because I'm still working full-time jobs and trying to learn 105 pages of a script, which is just like, holy shit, I don't know what I'm going to do. And before that, I have to fly back for my ex's wedding. So I've got like a million things going on. But it's exciting because, holy shit, it's so exciting. So.
Are you excited for the wedding?
No.
So are you just stressed about the wedding?
No.
You're neither.
I'm going to the wedding.
That's your emotion?
Yeah, I'm going to the wedding. I think that if he was listening, I would feel bad about saying it like that. But it's really hard. You know, all of my best friends have their husbands there.
Right.
And while my ex and I are, as you know, are 1000% friends, there's no kind of anything else going on there. He's just one of my good friends. I love him. I'm so happy he found his person. So I'm not like anxious about that part of it at all. It's just I'm going in a car with 7 couples and me.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Do you feel like it could be like some excitement, like, oh, maybe I can meet somebody, a single person at this wedding?
There's not a single person there. Where I'm at the age where A, there's not really single people at weddings anymore, and B, I know every person going to the wedding. You know,
really every person? What about her from her side though?
Well, I also think that's kind of weird. Like they live. It's in.
I feel like is that just a movie thing that people meet people at weddings?
Well, like if you're talking about somebody like to hook up with for one night, but like I live in LA.
But maybe she's a great friend that's single that lives in LA. It's possible.
No, what are you talking about?
His.
I know what you mean, but is that really what you think? This is what's crazy about people who are in happy relationships. Like when they pitch things to people who are not, it's like, did you hear what you just said?
I don't feel like that's offensive.
No, not offensive. Did I call it offensive?
No, I thought that you were getting mad at me.
I'm definitely not. It is ludicrous. I'm going to go to my ex-boyfriend's wedding, who lives in New York. The wedding's in Providence. She's from New York. I'm going to go there. And somehow, magically, like in a movie, I'm going to meet a guy who lives in LA, who's my dream person. Like, what world are you guys living in?
It could happen.
It's fucking insane. This is what all of my married friends sound like.
But it could
You never know. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
I feel like you're so negative. Like, nope, can't happen.
Because Jet, why would she know somebody in LA?
He knows somebody in LA.
One person.
So she might know one person. It could happen.
It's so annoying when married people
be optimistic about it.
But then I'll be disappointed if I think I'm going to go in and meet my husband at a wedding in Providence.
Before I was
at my ex-boyfriend.
Before I was dating and before I was married to Leanne, I was always like, whenever I would go on a flight, I'd always be like, oh, maybe I'll meet somebody in the flight.
Totally. That's a plausible situation.
Well, because it actually happened to you where you met Kevin.
But also, you could theoretically meet somebody at a flight. If I was going to a wedding in LA, I could theoretically meet somebody. But I'm going to a wedding in Providence.
Well, if it's a big wedding, I don't know how big it is.
You see, you don't even know the information, and you're like, it's possible.
I'm just trying to be optimistic for you.
I don't need you to be optimistic for me. I need you to be realistic for me.
I think it could happen.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You really think that there is a percentage chance that I meet my husband at Dan's wedding?
Yes. Yes.
I don't think you hear what you sound like.
Maybe I don't, but I do.
Okay. It's really annoying. Brian Brawler says, it's going to be a reminder of something that you don't currently have. Crazier things have happened, but you shouldn't get your hopes up. Totally. And yeah, that's all I was saying. You were asking if I was excited or anything, and just like, no, it's just Brawler says that can be seen as quite annoying. Totally.
I disagree.
Okay. Okay. I don't know how you could disagree with that. I think you're being absurd, but all right. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Glenn Caesar says, please find and keep doing what brings you smiles, laughter, joy, and maybe even bliss into your days, your weeks, your months, and even your years, so that you glow in the flow and radiate because you're a priceless treasure and you are very much needed. Thank you, the Zenist of Glens, Zen Glenn Caesar. Appreciate you, my dear. Ryan says, y'all argue just like myself and my sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you making fun of me?
No. Oh, stop getting so mad at me.
What?
I feel like you're getting frustrated with me.
This is so crazy, Jet. All right, then let's get out of here. I'll do a longer show tomorrow. Sorry, guys. Much love. Stay safe, stay sane. Don't forget to put down the toilet seat and lid. Make your bed. Blow on the internet. Don't turn for the Holocaust. Brett Miles, Jonathan, arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. See you tonight for the World Girls and tomorrow live at the Roxy.